Thomas and the Lost Rolling Stock. It was a beautiful day on the Shed Railway, and Thomas was doing some shunting in the yard. He had to get some trains ready for some trains to go around the layout. It was a busy day today, so a lot of rolling stock was needed for the trains. Thomas would moan, saying, "There isn't enough rolling stock." Annie and Clarabel would ask, "What do you mean, Thomas? There's plenty." For which Thomas would reply, "There isn't. We're always a truck short, there's never enough tankers, and we don't even take cattle, like cows and sheep, because we don't have a cattle wagon. We need more rolling stock." Diesel 10 would come up and say, "I'm sorry, I wish I could help, Thomas, but even I haven't seen any of that rolling stock around. We're just running short, I guess. Need to talk to Conductor 165 about getting some new." To which Annie and Clarabel would say, "But there is that rolling stock on this island." Thomas was puzzled, for which he would say to Annie and Clarabel, "What are you talking about? I haven't seen any of that rolling stock here." "Yes, there is, Thomas. That we were with it when we first arrived here. We remember seeing it years ago. There was 3 that we remember. One more truck, a troublesome truck, a soda milk tanker, and a cattle wagon, all 3 that you need." "Well, where are they?" replied Thomas. "I believe they're lost on the layout, but we do remember where one of them is," replied Clarabel. "Where?" "The old branch line leading to the quarry. We believe it was left there one time, but nobody's been down there in years. It's all mossy and overgrown." Thomas then thought to himself, if we could recover all the rolling stock, we'd have more than enough for all the trains needed. "Would you like to come help me find them?" said Thomas to Annie and Clarabel. "Sure, why not?" Diesel 10 would then say, "I'll manage the yard then till you get back." "Thank you, Diesel 10. Right, let's go." So Thomas coupled up to Annie and Clarabel, and they set off. As they approached the quarry, it was evident it was overgrown, and no engines had been down there for a while. Thomas would shunt Clarabel because Clarabel and Annie knew the line better than he did, so they would see the truck easier. "Stop," said Clarabel. "What is it?" said Thomas. "I think we found it." And just in front, hidden in the bush, was a little truck, an old truck, with a Series 1 face. "We found you at last." "Oh, I thought you all forgot about me," replied the truck. "Seriously, I've been left here for years. It's nice to see that you've actually come back for me." "Well," said Thomas, "I must be honest, we forgot that you were here, but we need more rolling stock, so would you like to come work on our railway again?" "You forgot about me? Oh, that's nice, isn't it?" "Look," said Clarabel, "we need you more than ever, and we're very sorry about your circumstances. However, this is your chance to get back on the layout and be really useful again. What do you say?" The truck thought for a moment. "You know what? Sure, as long as I get out of this bramble. It's been poking in my wheels for years and it's annoying now." So the fireman and controller cleared out the bush and they pulled the truck back to the yard. Thomas asked the truck, "Do you know where the milk tanker and the cattle wagon is?" The truck would reply, "Yes, I do know, because they would have a common job and most likely they'd be in these certain places." "Where is it?" said Annie and Clarabel. "I believe the tanker is somewhere in the goods yard and the cattle wagon is near the farm. I think I remember the cattle wagon would later be used as like a storage area for the animals, so it might not be on the tracks. And the tanker, I don't know what happened to that. You'll just have to find it in the goods yard yourself." "We can do that. Would you like to come help us look for it?" "Sure. Before I get to work, of course." So the 4 of them set off. They first went to the fields. They would eventually find the cattle wagon, but it was being used by the sheep. So they went to the farmer and said, "We need this cattle wagon to help deliver animals across the Shed Railway. Do you not mind if we refurbish it and bring it back onto the main line?" "Ah, sure, mate," said the farmer. "I don't need it much anyway. We have a new one on the way, and this thing's just rotten and old. If you can refurbish it, you can have it." "Thank you," said Thomas. And so, with the help of the crane, they put it back on the line and took it back to the goods yard. Lastly was the tanker. So they started patrolling around the goods yard and asking everyone if they'd seen anything. Until Annie would point out, "What about that canister looking building over there? It was like a tanker, but it had bricks round the bottom of it." "I don't know," said Thomas. Eventually a worker came by and asked Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle what they were up to which Thomas replied, "We're looking for a milk tanker. Do you know where it is?" "Yep, that's it over there." "Is it? But where's the wheels?" "The wheels are still underneath it. However, it's been grounded and the bricks have been put around it to keep the wheels from getting damaged or the item rolling off. It's actually not used anymore, so if you want it back, then sure." To which Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle, the cattle wagon and the truck were most delighted. Thomas would get the crane and they would pull the tanker back onto the tracks, to which the bricks were then demolished. At this point they'd recovered everything, so Thomas shunted the new bits of rolling stock into the maintenance yard to be serviced up before use. The next day Thomas would return to see that they were all sparkling brand new again. He couldn't wait to put them to use and get the jobs done. Eventually the rolling stock was settled in and they were happy to be home again. However, because they are troublesome trucks or troublesome rolling stock, they had to get their own way.